All right, moving forward on the Florida 2022 ballot, we have the Florida Attorney General race. This is between Ashley B. Moody, who's the incumbent from the Republican Party, and Aramis Ayala for the Democrat Party. As if it didn't say enough, Ashley Moody is part of the Federalist Society and stands for all that. 100% pro-lifer, Second Amendment all the way, no restrictions on guns, even though Parkland. Free market all the way, total, law enforcement. Obviously, I mean, she's she's a prosecutor. That's what the attorney general. It's part of the attorney general's job. All the other dog whistles, border enforcement. Even though we don't really have a problem with that here in Florida, get rid of gangs and criminal organizations. Even though the cops are the biggest gang out there. This line I love. I will ardently defend against politicians that violate our separation of powers and fight against activist judges. So she's saying that she's going to go after judges that want to follow the law as they interpret it. That's real constitutional. And the left is the one going after the political enemies, right? Right. Anyway, moving on to Aramis Ayala. She is the Democrat running for the position. Now, one of the most important things I think you need to remember about Miss Ayala is she was a state attorney here in Orlando, and when she was our state attorney, she stood up against the death penalty. She actually, and against the governor's will, dropped death penalty charges against some people, and actually made a huge kerfuffle at the time because Tallahassee was like, "You can't do that," even though that's literally in the definition of your job. But other than that, I think she's on the right side for most of the issues in this race. She thinks we need to focus more on domestic violence and gun violence used in domestic situations because that's actually where most of the gun deaths come. She wants to reform some of the way that we charge companies that are polluting, which happens a lot here in Florida, and they get away with it because the legislature doesn't want to hold them accountable for their actions. Wants to defend workers' rights and help those people who, wage theft is a thing that happens across this country, and she wants to go after the employers who steal from their employees. Big topics. She thinks that the Don't Say Gay bill, as I agree with her, is unconstitutional and limits our right to free speech, and she wants to stop that bill from being used as well as other bills like it from coming forward. She also wants to address the recent redistricting because it is fucking problematic. But, that's what she stands for. Obviously, I'll be voting for Miss Ayala because she is, in my opinion, on the right side of these issues and doesn't want to prosecute people for getting health care. So there we go.